I'll probably just make this a two-part video because I'll probably seem to be going on longer. The reason I started swearing there is because sometimes my camera comes up and say, "Oh, you're not connected into the right port. It hasn't been recording properly." So I get a little bit angry because, I just did nearly 9 minutes of straight talking, getting a really good video there, really good vibe, and then all of a sudden you just look at the screen because I don't keep up my Logitech screen that basically says this is what you're recording. I don't like to usually have it up, but I'm gonna keep it up for the next like 30 seconds just so I can, if I need to search up something during the middle of the video, I can actually do that. Now I was saying these games are very addictive and there's nothing really that can be done unless you actually tell your kid this is the amount of hours you can play it. My next door neighbors, they do this. Their kid does the exact same thing. He's a single child, and what does he do all day? He spends majority of his time playing PlayStation or Xbox. I mean, he's got them both. You know, it doesn't really help with the availability. And they say, you see these parents who take their kids out to go buy games. They actually have labels on them that says, MA or M, this isn't recommended for young kids. But I've been down at game stores and, there'd be ladies there with their 7-year-old kids picking up the kid going, I want that one, I want that one. And, the people who work at the shop, they'd go like, oh yeah, that's a good game, that's a good game. Not neglecting the fact there's an MA sign in the corner. These mothers are just like, oh yeah, it'll be fine, my child will be fine. When these games probably increase, violence amongst these kids. Maybe that could be, my little brother has problems with school, he's a bit violent. Maybe these games don't help out because that's all he does or attempts to do all day. I've actually been keeping the controls off him, majority of the time because I don't want him to become an addict. I went through that stage at a time and it really didn't do any good for me. It was about the time when I kicked the Xbox that I got, I really got good going in my life. I got myself a girlfriend, I got myself a job. I have successfully finished school. These games, if I'd stuck to them the entire time, now I will admit that, I'd get a week here and there where it'd be nothing, I'd get home from school and I'd play straight, the game. But that's only when a Fallout DLC came out, because Fallout is like the best game ever. And if they bring out another game, I'll probably be just the exact same way. I'd be like that for maybe a week, and then I would have beaten the game. And whenever they bring out that week, I'd spend maybe 5 weeks throughout the year, or maybe 2 years playing playing that game. That was pretty much all I spent last year. That's the only time I'd pretty much play the Xbox. Because, there's really no necessity to play Xbox all the time, or PlayStation, whatever you fancy, or computer. I guess some people play computer. But the point is, something needs to be done, and I don't really have much suggestions except for the fact that you tell these kids, get the fuck off that game. Don't take no shit from your kid. Don't take no shit from your brother, whoever. You have to stand your ground and say, you know what? You're an addict. And it's the exact same way when it comes to drugs. You have to tell them, you're an addict, motherfucker. You gotta kick that shit. And until people do that to other people's lives, they're not going to do anything. Show them, do the logical thing as well. Show them what it's doing to them. Show them how it's going to get them fat. Turn them into a neckbeard. Show them all the pimples that they will have. Or all the girls they won't have sex with because they're too busy playing Xbox. Oh, that's fine. That's fine. I'm fine with that. I don't care. I don't need girls to make me satisfied. You lying cunt. Any guy that will tell you when it comes to either Xbox or girl, you get a week with the Xbox, but a very long time with the girl if you play it right. That's what happened to me. Now, yes, like I said earlier, I do play Fallout still, and I'll play maybe 2 hours maximum every other, maybe, I think today was the first time I played in about a week. So it really shows how I've kicked the addiction. And what did I actually do to kick the addiction? I made myself busy other ways. I'd work until some nights 9 o'clock, and then I'd come home, maybe have dinner, watch a movie, and that'd be about it. That's what my Xbox is for nowadays. It's a DVD player. So straight up, people need to kick their addictions desperately. You know, turn on a movie sometimes. You know, you don't always have to be playing a game. I mean, the only workout you're going to get there is with your fingers. And what really is that going to do? You know, cause arthritis maybe? Something along those lines that's going to not allow you to do such fine motor skills. Yay for sport. I actually finished year 12 PE and I learned something. See, that's another thing. When you're not, you know, I spent a lot of my, you know, up until maybe mid-year 11 before that, you know, I think it was about maybe 9, 10, mid-11, I spent majority of the time playing Xbox, and what ended up happening, I ended up fucking up school for me for a fair chunk, you know, and why was that? Because I was playing games instead of doing my homework like I realized I should have. And anyone who's gonna deny that you have to do homework, you're an idiot, because when it comes to year 11 and year 12, you fucking need to do it. If you want to pass, that is. I mean, you could be a dropout, and that's your own prerogative there. So I guess that's been, between the two videos, about 15 minutes. I'm gonna wrap this up now and basically say, kick your fucking addiction. You know, that's all it really is to say. You as a person have your own free will, and if you want to kick this addiction and you want to have a proper life, you can do that at your own will. But listen to other people, because it does affect them too. I'm speaking as if Xbox is like a drug, and it is, because it can ruin lives.